Hi, welcome to our channel. If you want to know more about Friday Harbor before you visit, and if you want to know some of the best places in town to go, then get comfortable and keep watching. Hi, I'm Sandy.
And I'm Paul, and we're aboard Oasis. We're now living part-time in Washington, in the San Juan Islands. We always enjoyed outdoor activities and exploring, so now we're spending time exploring this area as well as Canada and eventually Alaska.
And we want to share our experience and adventures with you and people like you who enjoy the same kinds of things. So welcome aboard. As a tourist, I always wondered what it would be like to live in Friday Harbor on San Juan Island. To get to know the day-to-day rhythm of the town, the residents and their friendliness, the tourism and activities, and to find out where the best locally owned restaurants and shops could be found. So now that we've seen both sides of it, as tourists and residents, how do we feel about Friday Harbor? And what can we tell you about it? 16 years ago, our very first visit to Friday Harbor intrigued me. I immediately enjoyed the charm of the harbor and the old-fashioned center of town on Spring Street, lined on both sides with original buildings. I wondered what type of people were attracted to Friday Harbor, and how did they make a living? In the summer it's sunny, warm, and beautiful. But I wonder if winters here were enjoyable or just something to bear until summer arrived. I envisioned bitter cold, sleet and snow and gray skies all winter. Paul and I have been spending at least 6 months out of the year here on our boat, the Oasis. We spread the time out over the year and have experienced all the seasons. But I wanted to hear what longtime residents had to say about their town. I went to an online public forum for Friday Harbor and asked questions, and here's what they had to say. The conversation soon turned to tourism. A friend of ours confirmed that finding an affordable rental home is extremely difficult. However, the business owners will tell you that they rely on tourism to stay in business. Finding a balance between these concerns is important for Friday Harbor to continue to thrive. Friday Harborians are friendly and helpful. They enjoy their small town and care deeply about one another and the future growth and unwanted changes to their town. I often witness locals greeting one another and stopping to chat in stores, at the post office, and on the sidewalk. Between November and April is quite different from the tourist season of May through September. Everyone is less harried. In fact, memories of Sheriff Andy Taylor and his sidekick Barney Fife playing cards in Mayberry comes to mind. Residents describe the winter season as a time to catch up on chores, or to take a deep breath and enjoy the quiet of the season. They do experience more gray and rainy days, and sometimes even weeks, and the dampness in the air makes the wind seem colder. When we arrived in late January this time, temperatures are running higher than normal at 51 degrees, so it's quite comfortable. It's windy and cloudy with sporadic rain throughout the day. We feel the wind's effect as we roll and bob on the water. That movement is very pleasant as we drift off to sleep at night. If you wake early for your cup of coffee, you often witness beautiful colors in the sky, the sound of the birds, and you enjoy the peacefulness of nature all around you. Friday Harbor attracts a lot of creative people and nature lovers. Local artists responsible for paintings, sculptures, pottery, and baked goods and wares can be found up and down the streets. There are also planned events and celebrations that can fill your calendar all year round if you so choose. We have found those locally owned best places in town, and we would like to recommend them to you. Paul and I enjoy a variety of foods. I hate to be disappointed when we try a new restaurant. Trying a new place on the fly is never my first choice, because it could be a complete waste of money. I'd much prefer to have a local or a friend recommend the best places in town. Like everyone else, when we leave a new place and we're both smiling and remarking at how wonderful it was, we return again and again. Such was the case when we were looking for a local breakfast place. We enjoy taking friends who come to visit out for breakfast. Someone suggested we go to Cynthia's Bistro. To be honest, this has become our most favorite place to pull up a chair and enjoy a hearty breakfast fit for royalty. As you enter, you are greeted with the welcoming smell of coffee and baked goods. The dining area is cozy and filled with wooden tables of varying sizes. The walls feature art by local artists. The food not only looks good and smells good, it is absolutely delicious. She also serves dinner on the weekends. In the summer, the outdoor patio is filled with guests and local live musicians while you dine. Cynthia's heart is also bent toward the needs of her community. Through kitchen sink dinners at Cynthia's, she supports locals in need by handing meals to anyone who needs a meal or wishes to have a home-cooked meal from the porch of her restaurant at 65 Nichols Street. She has given out over 400 meals since she began this project. No questions asked, just free food. When you need to sit down, reboot, and plan the rest of your day, Griffin Bay Bookstore on Spring Street is the place I would recommend. It's within walking distance of the marina. If you are like me and find the combination of coffee and books irresistible? Then you found your spot. I lose track of time as I happily browse among the books. The front of the store is filled with all the books, but as you make your way toward the back, you'll find the inviting coffee shop. Getting ready for vacation can be a harried experience. Men, if you didn't find time to get a haircut, or ladies, if you have decided you want a trim or an entirely new hairstyle, I have a recommendation for that too. John at On Point Barber Shop, located at 260 Spring Street, has become the barber we happily wait our turn. He does a fantastic job, both men and women's cuts. I know, ladies, some of you are questioning why a woman would go to a barbershop, but John has many years' experience with both men and women's cuts. My husband suggested that I go there, and it has been a decision that I am happy I made. So now you know some inside information for some places to visit in Friday Harbor. But why trust Paul and me? Well, we have moved many times across the U.S. and have lived in 7 different states. We've lived in large cities like Chicago and Houston, and smaller ones like Anchorage, Alaska, and an even smaller village in Alaska named Unalakleet, which is fly-in only. Many experiences and comparisons form the basis of our recommendations. We hope you'll plan a trip to Washington and include Friday Harbor and the San Juan Islands as part of your itinerary. We want you to have a great time here. I asked you at the beginning of the video, what can we tell you about Friday Harbor? Well, this describes it best. The residents here honor the sense of community in Friday Harbor, which continues to enable residents to laugh, to argue, to love, and to share the warmth of a small group of individuals in one great family on a little island who care about each other and their town. Now, I have to admit that statement is not an original. I quoted it from a tourist brochure used decades ago during Friday Harbor's centennial celebration. I used it because I couldn't have possibly said it any better. If you are still interested in learning even more things about Friday Harbor, keep watching. We trust you enjoyed this video and hope you'll want to subscribe. To do that, you'll scroll down from the video to the subscribe button. When you click that, you'll be subscribed, and a bell will show up, and when you click that, you will be notified every time a new video is released. You can also give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you can ask a question or just tell us what you thought in the public comment. We invite you to keep watching by clicking above me for a video we think you'll enjoy, or to my left, which is a playlist with many more videos on various topics and adventures from Seattle, the San Juan Islands, and the Canadian Islands. Thanks for watching.